Bonjour à toutes et à tous et bienvenue à cette cérémonie de collation des grades du printemps de la Faculté des sciences sociales de l'Université d'Ottawa. Welcome to the University of Ottawa's spring convocation for the Faculty of Social Sciences, a great day and a day to remember. From far and wide, from across the city and across the world, I welcome you to this virtual ceremony, one that will bring us together. In celebration of your achievements, your determination, and most importantly, your graduation. Je m'appelle Rougiba et comme vous, je serai diplômée de la classe de 2021 avec une maîtrise en sociologie. Aujourd'hui, je serai accompagnée d'une autre camarade de la classe de 2021, Reda Silarbi, qui obtiendra un baccalauréat de sciences en psychologie. Nous serons vos maîtres de cérémonie dans ce contexte virtuel, un contexte qui jusqu'à récemment était assez inhabituel, mais qui nous est maintenant plutôt familier, peut-être même un peu trop.
Nous sommes très heureux de vous accueillir aujourd'hui sur les terres non cédées du peuple algonquin pour la cérémonie de la collation des grades. Commençons. Let's get started. Convoqué par le chancelier, par le recteur et vice-chancelier et par le Sénat de l'Université, la Faculté des sciences sociales de l'Université d'Ottawa est ici réunie pour la collation des grades. Summoned by the Chancellor, by the President and Vice-Chancellor, and by the Senate of the University, the Faculty of Social Sciences of the University of Ottawa has now assembled in convocation.
Gathered for an important event at the University of Ottawa, it is our custom to offer an Indigenous affirmation in support of the principles of reconciliation. A reconciliation that is needed more than ever in the wake of the horrific discovery of the remains of 215 Indigenous children at the site of the former Kamloops Indian Residential School. On behalf of the University of Ottawa, I want to acknowledge the great sorrow emanating from this tragedy and offer my deepest condolences, in particular to Ottawa's Indigenous students, faculty, staff, and alumni. We stand in solidarity with all who seek justice for Indigenous peoples in Canada. Here is our affirmation. We pay respect to the Algonquin people who are the traditional guardians of this land. We acknowledge their long-standing relationship with this territory, which remains unceded. Nous rendons également hommage à tous les peuples autochtones qui habitent à Ottawa, qu'ils soient de la région ou d'ailleurs au Canada. Nous reconnaissons les gardiens des savoirs traditionnels, jeunes et âgés. Nous honorons aussi leurs courageux dirigeants d'hier, d'aujourd'hui et de demain.
In recognition of our location on the ancestral territory of the Algonquin people, allow me to introduce De La Menes, a member of the U-Ottawa Indigenous Education Council from the Algonquin of Pikiwakanagan, First Nation, and William Dick, the Cultural Resource Officer and Language Learner at the Omawi Nini Pimajawin Algonquin Way Cultural Center.
Kwe. My name is Della Menes, and I'm the Manager of Education for the Algonquins of Pikwakanagan First Nation. I am also a member of the University of Ottawa Indigenous Education Council. I would like to thank the University of Ottawa, parents, family members, friends, and especially our graduating students for this special invitation to say a few remarks. My role is to support our students from JK to post-secondary for my community. I know all about the obstacles that students face. We each have our strengths and weaknesses in different areas. This past 12 to 15 months, we've been faced with a new obstacle. Life is about adapting to changes. We do not like changes. It takes us out of our comfort zone, but we adjust to the changes. And that is what our students have done. We are in a world that only seemed to be portrayed in movies. We are now part of that movie. But one thing that stands out, our families, our friends, our professors, our school staff, and our classmates were there with us all the way. The proof is in front of us. Our graduates, you have succeeded. As you move forward to your future jobs, becoming part of the Zoom world, remember, you are not alone. I would like to take a moment to say a few special words for our Indigenous students. we send out a special recognition to you, your parents, families, and your communities. You have made them proud. You are the future for your community. Build strong connections and find solutions as we work together with our Indigenous and non-Indigenous people. You are role models for your communities. All students today are role models. Congratulations, graduates. Be healthy, be safe, and good luck in your future endeavors. Miigwech.
Kwe kakana, aname kagewen. Kiche odina, odawang ki omba konagade, ega wikad ka migawanawang, mamawanini ashnabe waki. Nawi kikaninda moki min, eyo Ottawa University atea ga wikad ka migawanawang anishnabe waki anishnabeg. Nawi manaji yananig anishnabeg, maya minje natam pemadazajig. Ondaje a king kaye nibing ondaje kichis sibing. Pemadazajig, mama wanini nishnabe kagege kameg ki a big ondaje a king. Oda nishnabe was in a winawa, opimaju winawa, ogi nani gadjichiga danawa. Nanaja ko nangame yo abanis. Nui manaji yan nanig, anishnabe kaye, enishnabe, mizawe kamig. Nongom nui minawana gozawin, kisha bo gikana mo gozawin, nongom kicha kijigud. Kidad don gaje, ayana mikagawin, kinawa kaye kido demag miigwech akanawia.
Merci, miigwech. Kaylin Rovanescu's career is marked by many achievements. Notably, he served as the CEO of Air Canada until recently for over a decade. However, long before that, he was where you are today, about to embark on his career as a new graduate of the University of Ottawa. Aujourd'hui, il est avec nous dans son rôle de chancelier de l'Université d'Ottawa. Chaque année, le chancelier s'adresse aux étudiants dans le cadre des cérémonies de la collation des grades, afin de leur offrir ses félicitations et de leur souhaiter bon succès dans leurs projets d'avenir. Now please welcome the Chancellor of the University of Ottawa, Kaylin Rovanescu, for his address to the graduating class.
Chères finissantes, chers finissants, many years ago, in fact just over 40, on a spring day much like today, I too attended a convocation ceremony and graduated from the University of Ottawa. I remember that I received my diploma with a sense of excitement and emotion, a feeling that I was standing on the threshold of a vast future that was close at hand, yet still quite unknown. Au cours des décennies qui ont suivi, le monde a connu des changements pratiquement inimaginables. À l'époque, l'Internet et les ordinateurs personnels n'existaient à peu près pas. Le télécopieur a gagné en popularité pour ensuite disparaître avec l'avènement du courriel. Et maintenant, nous sommes à l'ère de TikTok. Pendant cette période de bouleversements technologiques et sociétaux, j'ai toujours été très reconnaissant d'avoir appris, grâce à ma formation universitaire, à faire face aux nouvelles réalités, à les assimiler et à en tirer parti pour transformer le monde. De nos jours, il faut plus que jamais être capable de s'adapter et d'innover. In the midst of this world health crisis, the capacity of our global community is being strained and tested. In society at large, and within the university, what was considered, quote, normal, has suddenly and perhaps irrevocably changed. Over the last 16 months, you yourselves witnessed a radical transformation in your own education. And in the midst of that wave of change, you persevered and succeeded. Your graduation here today is proof of your extraordinary capacity to respond creatively and courageously to our rapidly changing world. Votre présence me rassure énormément, car c'est vous qui devrez composer avec les défis et les possibilités que présente l'avenir. Ce sont vos idées, vos rêves et votre énergie qui permettront au monde d'évoluer autant d'ici l'an 2060 qu'entre 1980 et aujourd'hui. Les efforts qui vous ont menés ici, les années passées à étudier intensivement, les relations étroites nouées avec vos camarades et dans la communauté universitaire, ainsi que votre résilience face aux perturbations et à l'incertitude qui vous ont bien préparé à servir la société et à changer le monde. The scope of that transformation will be greater than we can imagine here today. In the coming years, you will find cures for diseases. You will conceive and design new technologies. You will build successful businesses. And you will write the poems and novels that will define your community and your time. All this and much more. I'm truly excited for you as you approach the great challenges and great opportunities that await you. Évidemment, votre passage à l'Université d'Ottawa n'est qu'un début. Dans ce monde en évolution constante, il est primordial de poursuivre sa quête de connaissances, de s'ouvrir aux nouvelles expériences et de toujours savoir s'adapter aux circonstances changeantes. Pour demeurer sur la voie du succès, on ne doit jamais cesser d'apprendre. Mais vous avez prouvé que vous pouvez travailler dur, que vous êtes discipliné et que vous finissez ce que vous commencez. Vous avez tout ce qu'il faut pour réussir dans les contextes les plus difficiles. You are now UOttawa's newly minted alumni. Be proud to represent your alma mater wherever you may go, just as we will take pride in all your present and future accomplishments. Today, we validate your effort and your achievement, and I'm honored to offer my own personal, sincere congratulations to you. But tomorrow is when the work really begins. Tomorrow is when you start truly your own transformation of this extraordinary world. Work hard to fulfill your dreams. We're counting on you. Félicitations. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chancellor Ruvinsky, for your commitment to the University of Ottawa and to the class of 2021. Maintenant, je vous invite à visionner la présentation de Jacques Frémont, recteur et vice-chancelier de l'Université d'Ottawa, qui prononcera une brève allocution à l'intention de la promotion de 2021.
Aujourd'hui n'est pas un jour comme les autres. C'est le jour de votre collation des grades et j'aurais tant aimé être en mesure de célébrer votre réussite en personne avec vous et les vôtres. Malheureusement, la pandémie en a voulu autrement. Je sais à quel point depuis une année et demie, votre vie d'étudiant a été chamboulée par la pandémie actuelle, à quel point vous avez dû développer une résilience hors du commun et à quel point vous auriez aimé que les choses se passent bien autrement. Moi aussi, croyez-moi. J'espère que nous aurons bientôt l'occasion de nous reprendre, en personne cette fois, pour vous conférer à nouveau votre diplôme. Each of you has taken a different and distinct path to graduation. Each of you has worked hard and grown profoundly during your journey. And so I congratulate each and every one of you on reaching this most important milestone. Well done! You should be very proud. This is also a very significant moment for those who aided and accompanied you along the way, your parents, friends, family, professors, and mentors. I know that they all share the pride of your accomplishment. So I would also like to thank all those who supported you during your studies and during this most extraordinary time. On behalf of the University of Ottawa, we are so grateful. Thank you, and thank you. Chère promotion de 2021, le diplôme qui vous est octroyé aujourd'hui est la preuve tangible de votre réussite, preuve que vous chérirez et qui vous accompagnera tout au long de votre vie. Mais au-delà de ce morceau de parchemin, ce sont ces éléments difficiles à mesurer et à évaluer, comme les bons moments passés à l'université, qui resteront gravés dans votre cœur et dans votre mémoire. Les longues soirées d'études pour maîtriser des notions et des formules complexes, les discussions politiques, philosophiques enflammées qui vous auront aiguisé votre pensée et élargi vos horizons, les amitiés indestructibles et les liens durables tissés dans notre communauté universitaire. Toutes ces choses font partie intégrante de votre expérience à l'Université d'Ottawa et seront des outils précieux pour partir à la conquête du monde. No university experience can be without challenges and pitfalls. Yet, yours has been marked by truly extraordinary and remarkably difficult circumstances. None of us could have imagined that you would need to overcome a global pandemic to earn your degree, or that you would be tested in so many unprecedented and stressful ways, and yet you have thrived. I so wish things would have been different for you. I know we all wish it. And yet, I'm so proud of how you have risen to meet the challenges you have faced. Through your perseverance and the support of your university community, you have successfully arrived at this moment of completion and celebration. Your courage and resilience and your dedication to your studies have all been extraordinary. You are members of a very special and historical cohort of students. You have proven yourselves truly worthy of your degrees, and the University of Ottawa is so proud to celebrate you today. You are now graduates and alumni of the University of Ottawa. You have earned your place in our rich and global community. Vous avez appris et intégré les valeurs qui caractérisent notre université, l'ouverture d'esprit, le respect des autres, ainsi que la reconnaissance des richesses collectives que constituent le bilinguisme et la diversité. Ces valeurs vous seront utiles pour vous tailler une place et transformer le monde. Je vous invite à les garder bien vivantes dans les années à venir, alors que vous profiterez des fruits de votre labeur. Quels que soient les endroits que vous explorerez, les nouvelles amitiés que vous nourrez et les relations professionnelles que vous forgerez, rappelez-vous toujours que vous serez ici, chez vous. Enfin, je vous exhorte aussi à ne jamais oublier vos rêves. Vous avez beaucoup accompli et vous avez énormément appris, mais votre quête ne fait que commencer. Aujourd'hui, plus que jamais, le monde a besoin de vos rêves et de vos connaissances, mais aussi de votre courage et de votre espoir. Allow me to insist. The world needs more than ever your vision as well as your values. Values of tolerance and respect, values of generosity, value of openness to the world and its incredible richness, ambition to change things for the best and not for the worse, as it is too often the case these days. Dear graduates, the adventure continues and a new chapter of your life starts today. This is a pivotal moment that deserves to be celebrated. I send you my very best wishes for success and happiness, and of course, congratulations to you all. Félicitations à tous.
Thank you, Monsieur Frémont, for this video presentation of your remarks. We know that you care deeply about our students and how passionately you hope that each will have the opportunity to fulfill their dreams. Chaque année, on invite des finissantes et des finissants à prononcer un discours d'adieu à leurs consoeurs et leurs confrères de classe. A class speaker is an engaged class leader, a class president, or someone who has shown outstanding academic excellence. Maintenant, je cède la parole aux représentants de la classe de 2021. First, Lorraine Touchant, who today receives a doctorate in public administration with a major in public policy and a minor in public management, followed by James Ashwell, who who is graduating with her Honors Bachelor of Social Sciences in Economics.
Monsieur le Président Frémont, Monsieur le Chancelier Ravinescu, Madame la Doyenne Barham, chers professeurs, chers parents, chers camarades de la promotion de 2021, bonsoir. Je suis très honorée et émue d'avoir été invitée à prendre la parole à l'occasion de cette cérémonie de la collation des grades. I am honored and deeply touched to be able to speak to you for this convocation ceremony. J'aimerais cependant prendre une minute pour reconnaître que je me situe sur le territoire traditionnel non cédé de la nation algonquine Anishinaabe. En cette cérémonie de la collation des grades, je ne puis m'empêcher de penser aux 215 enfants enterrés dans une fosse commune du pensionnat autochtone de Kamloops et les potentiels 104 enfants qui ont été localisés à Brandon, au Manitoba. Ne nous les oublions jamais et engageons-nous chacun à avancer le dialogue, la découverte de la vérité, la réconciliation et à célébrer les cultures autochtones qui façonnent notre pays et notre identité. La collation des grades n'est jamais un soir comme les autres. Mais cette année, cette remise des diplômes a un goût encore plus spécial. Car ce diplôme représente non seulement l'accomplissement académique dans lequel nous avons investi tous nos efforts, il souligne aussi notre résilience et notre détermination à surmonter les difficultés additionnelles qui se sont invitées dans nos vies durant la pandémie. Tonight, we celebrate together the end of a chapter of our lives and the beginning of a new one. But we will not forget the friends we made, the professors we met, the help we gave one another, the tough times and the happy ones, those proud moments when we succeeded, the sad ones when we were disappointed by our own performance, the late nights of studies and the lack of sleep. But most importantly, we will always remember this milestone we've achieved. In a few years, we will look back with a giant smile on our faces. And at this time, we will remember this very important moment of our life that we thought was then unachievable or too far away. We will be thinking of how it was not that bad after all. We actually did it. Whether it was Thomas Mallory or Eleanor Roosevelt, we said it. I've always believed in the idea that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Oui. Le futur appartient à ceux qui croient en la beauté de leurs rêves. We shall be proud tonight. Nous devons être fiers du travail accompli, de notre formation, de ce diplôme qui nous est remis. Nous nous envolons avec cette couronne de laurier qui nous ouvrira les portes d'un monde rempli d'opportunités professionnelles. Nous avons les connaissances et les compétences importantes en main. Il ne nous reste qu'à réaliser nos rêves et devenir les leaders de demain. Car, chers amis, le futur nous appartient. Tonight, I don't want to leave before we thank those staff and professors who've guided us throughout the years. Ce soir, je ne veux pas partir sans remercier les employés et le corps professoral qui nous ont encadrés. J'en profite pour remercier particulièrement Catherine Girac à l'École d'études politiques. Je pense aussi particulièrement à mon directeur de thèse, professeur Simard, ainsi qu'au professeur Burlon, qui m'ont enseigné, guidé et conseillé durant mon parcours doctoral. Je veux aussi remercier les professeurs Mevelec et Gattinger pour leurs conseils. Finally, we must thank our families and friends who supported us and always believed in us throughout the years. And we should also thank our colleagues with whom we have shared unforgettable moments. De plus, nous devons remercier nos familles qui nous ont soutenus au cours de ces années d'études et nos collègues avec qui nous avons partagé des moments inoubliables. Je vous souhaite à toutes et à tous bonne chance et mes meilleurs vœux de succès. I wish you all the best and good luck in your new endeavors. Merci beaucoup.
Monsieur le Président, Monsieur le Recteur, Madame la Doyenne, chers collègues et invités. There's a Brockhampton song that goes, I used to write raps on the back of the bus. Now I'm in the front seat shifting the gears. Well, after today, we're not in the back seat anymore. Pendant ce parcours universitaire, notre classe a été impliquée dans plusieurs événements marquants. Nous avons joué un rôle clé dans le remplacement de la FAUO et nos amis de l'équipe de football ont ramené Pedro le Panda à son véritable chez-soi. Ces succès ne sont pas les seuls que nous célébrons aujourd'hui. En combattant et en surmontant les obstacles de l'oppression systémique, plusieurs d'entre nous ont démontré une force et une résilience incomparables, soit les étudiants noirs, autochtones et racialisés, les étudiants avec handicap et les survivantes d'agressions sexuelles, et encore d'autres. Nous célébrons surtout ceux qui ont mené la lutte au sein de l'administration, soit en collaboration ou en confrontation. Vous avez démontré un courage unique et vous nous avez montré qu'il faut agir activement en solidarité pour susciter de vrais changements. As graduating students, we owe so much to those that helped us get here. There are undoubtedly too many to name. To our parents and families and all those who put their faith in us, and to the professors who helped us turn ideas into passions, you have our gratitude. And of course, to each other, to the ride or dies, the irreplaceable pals, thank you for a wild ride, and here's to the next one. On ne sait jamais ce que l'avenir nous réserve. C'est une leçon que nous reconnaissons surtout en 2021. Mais nous avons survécu ces dernières années avec de la force morale, de la persistance et avec l'appui de nos aînés. With those in our pockets, and now with our degrees, there's nothing that can stop us as we step up to the driver's seat.
Thank you, James and Lauren, for these warm tributes to your fellow graduates. L'allocution des finissants et des finissantes est toujours un moment de fierté. L'avenir est certes très prometteur pour ces jeunes finissants et cette nouvelle cohorte de diplômés. We have heard from some of your peers, youthful voices looking ahead to great things. Now, we turn, as we do every year at this time, to an individual who has exemplified the values of this institution during a long and inspiring life of achievement, the recipient of this year's honorary doctorate degree. Les doctorats honorifiques sont décernés à des individus qui, par leur parcours de vie exceptionnel, ont apporté une contribution significative à leur profession et à la société en général. Nous leur avons donc demandé de partager avec nous des réflexions et des mots d'inspiration. Shortly, we will hear from the honorary doctorate recipient for the Faculty of Social Sciences for spring 2021. I now invite Dean Vicky Barham to introduce to you Doris Pelletier.
Good evening. Originally from Wik-Wim-Kong First Nation in Ontario and fluent in her Odawa language, Doris Pelletier has worked determinedly over more than 25 years to advance Indigenous views related to health and healing. She is a storyteller, and her storytelling has been the foundation of her tireless activism and advocacy. En 2010, Doris Pelletier a annoncé publiquement qu'elle avait contracté le VIH. Depuis, elle utilise son talent et son expérience de conteuse pour mobiliser sa communauté et contribuer à l'avancement de la recherche communautaire sur les maladies transmises sexuellement et par le sang chez les Autochtones. As a researcher and advocate for Indigenous women living with HIV, she is currently completing her work for Visioning Health 2, a national 5-year intervention research study for HIV-positive Indigenous women in Canada, funded by the University of Victoria and housed at the Canadian Aboriginal AIDS Network. This study uses Indigenous knowledge as a health promotion intervention to improve the well-being of HIV-positive Indigenous women living in Canada. Par ses vastes recherches, ses publications et son engagement dans la communauté, Doris Pelletier profite de toutes les occasions de sensibiliser la population à cette maladie afin d'aider à déstigmatiser les personnes qui en sont atteintes. Elle a reçu de nombreuses distinctions, dont la médaille du jubilé de diamant de la reine Élisabeth II des mains de la gouverneure générale du Canada pour son travail exemplaire dans la lutte contre le VIH-Sida. Au théâtre, elle s'est vue décerner le prix Dora Maver-Moore de la Toronto Theatre Alliance pour sa prestation dans la célèbre pièce de Thompson Highway, Dry Lips or a Move to Kapuskasing. Her leadership and activism to support community-based research projects that integrate Indigenous perspectives has been instrumental in building bridges across cultures and to enhancing health and social equity. Doris Pelletier, for her outstanding contribution to her community, is an inspiration to the U Ottawa class of 2021. I now call on the Chancellor to deliver the official conferment upon this year's honorary doctorate in the Faculty of Social Sciences.
Madame Pelletier, à titre de chancelier de l'Université d'Ottawa, université dont le campus principal est construit sur le territoire ancestral du peuple algonquin, en vertu des pouvoirs qui me sont dévolus, je vous confère le grade de docteur de l'université avec le titre et tous les honneurs et privilèges afférents. Ms. Pelletier, as Chancellor of the University of Ottawa, university whose main campus is built upon the ancestral lands of the Algonquin people, by authority of the powers vested in me, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of the University with a title, honor, and privileges that are proper to it. On behalf of our graduates and the entire university community, I thank you for joining us today and welcome you warmly to the U Ottawa family. Congratulations.
It is now my honor to introduce Doris Pelletier, Doctor of the University, who shall address the class of 2021. S'il vous plaît, joins à moi à visionner cette présentation de Doris Pelletier, notre récipiendaire de doctorat honorifique cette année.
Chancellor Ravinsky, President Fremont, Dean Barham, faculty members, honored guests, colleagues, family and friends, and dear graduates. I am so honored to be here with you all this evening to be bestowed this honorary doctorate by the University of Ottawa's Faculty of Social Sciences. I say miigwech, thank you for this honor and this recognition. At this time, I would like to privilege the oral tradition of my Indigenous community by speaking in the Odawa language, by saying who I am, which community I belong to, and naming my clan. Ani, bojo, koendag zet dishnikas, wawashkesh nedodem, wikwem kong donjiba, Anishinaabe dao. My Anishinaabe name is Koendagazet, which means giving voice. I come from the unceded First Nations community of Wikwemkong on Manitoulin Island in the Great Lakes region. And I am Anishinaabe. My nation is Odawa. In the English language, which is my second language, I am simply Doris Pelletier. I also want to acknowledge the territory of the Haudenosaunee people here in Montreal, where I currently live and work. Firstly, a little snapshot about who I am. I am a mother of 2 adult children, grandmother to 9 grandchildren, and great-grandmother to 6 great-grandchildren, and I live with HIV. I am now the matriarch of my little family since my ex-husband passed away almost 2 years ago. He was a residential school survivor after attending McIntosh Residential School for 14 years. The effects of intergenerational trauma had a rippling effect with our family and greatly impacted our children and grandchildren. This is the reality of Indigenous people in Canada. We never talked about the trauma, perhaps because of the shame of what happened inside these government-sanctioned institutes. It is a multi-layered story, and that story was not told until Phil Fontaine, as the National Chief of the Assembly of First Nations, spoke of his own experiences of sexual abuse in residential school. For Indigenous people, leadership is important, and when he disclosed the sexual abuse he suffered, it unleashed a flood across the country. And we finally began to speak about what happened. Today, I am involved in health research. I got involved because I have a vested interest in the research being done. As an Indigenous woman with lived experience of HIV, I felt it was vitally important that our stories be told. It did not take long for me to connect the dots and recognize the interconnectedness of the issues in the lives of Indigenous people in Canada. When I started out in community-based research, first as a participant, the research was very much grounded in deficit-based model. And perhaps there was good reason for that. It essentially was about us growing our research community and our research practices and approaches. And we have since then come a long way and far on our collective research journey. I would like to now focus on the importance of Indigenous people's narrative and story. For far too long, narrative has been the mainstream narrative about Indigenous people. It's very similar to when I first got involved in Indigenous theater in performing arts. I'm a storyteller and have been one in training for most of my life. In my formative years as that storyteller, I was first a listener, but also an observer to the physicality of any given story being told. Later on, in my adult years, still as that storyteller in training, stories about Indigenous people took on a prominence in my life when I became an actor. It was important for us to tell our own stories, and we blazed a trail forward. The fact that I still speak my Indigenous language is truly remarkable and of utmost importance to me, given what we now know about the dark chapter in Canadian history for Indigenous peoples of this land. In the early 1800s, a day school run by Jesuits was established in my community. It predated the industrial schools that were about to be built. In 1862, the industrial school, what they call the girls' department, opened and was followed by the building of the boys' department in 1878. In 1885, both schools were destroyed by fire and then rebuilt. A decision to relocate the boys' school to Spanish Ontario took place shortly after that. In 1913, fire destroyed the girls' school in Wikwemekong. My paternal grandmother was in fact raised in the girls' school, in the industrial school, due to being orphaned at a very young age. She was raised there by the nuns. Much later, after she had passed, our family moved into her house. As a child, I recall that my siblings and I used to play in this wooded area near my grandmother's house. There were these stone runways in these woods, and we used to run on them, playing tag and other games. In actuality, the stone runways we were running and playing on were what remained of one of the industrial schools. I shiver now when I think about this and have never gone back into those woods again. Years later, I was doing some historical research about my community and visited a Jesuit archive at the University of Toronto. I was surprised at the meticulous notes kept by the Jesuits and read through many of their journals. There were more than 2 fires at these schools that were recorded, and I have sometimes wondered if the fires were set purposely. Narrative is important, particularly when we're talking about historical narrative. Historical narrative still does not include Indigenous people. This needs to change. We need to have courses in colleges and universities. We need to own our narrative. We need to own our historical narratives. My lifelong journey in storytelling has brought me here talking to you, and I thank Creator for this opportunity and for the path that I've been on. Miigwech. Have a nice evening. Merci beaucoup.
Remarquable s'avère certes une source d'inspiration pour nos finissantes et nos finissants. Your compassion, activism, and advocacy continues to provide comfort and support to those in need. Thank you. C'est maintenant notre doyen de prendre la parole. Please join me in welcoming back Dean Barham to address this year's graduates.
Chers diplômés, dear graduates, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. In this year of the pandemic, where just showing up virtually to class could be a challenge, these words of Martin Luther King are, 60 years later, still incredibly relevant to me. J'ai entendu parler d'une génération COVID sacrifiée. Moi, j'ai vu une génération d'étudiants se soutenir quand d'autres ont baissé les bras. J'ai vu une génération d'étudiants se battre pour la justice sociale quand d'autres l'étouffaient. J'ai vu une génération d'étudiants relever un à un les défis de la pandémie quand d'autres se résignaient. I saw a generation of students who understood that nothing was given. They had to go get it. And here you are, in front of me, votre diplôme à la main et l'avenir pour l'horizon. What you have achieved during this year and all along your academic path at UOttawa is immense. Bien sûr, il est facile de regarder le positif en se concentrant uniquement sur le positif. There was obviously stress, ups and downs, discouragement, maybe a few tears, but you always came back because your passion pushed you to achieve your goals and dreams. En fait, aucune autre cohorte n'a jamais été mieux préparée au marché du travail que la vôtre. Vous avez géré les imprévus. Vous vous êtes adapté en permanence. Vous avez développé un niveau d'autonomie et de collaboration incroyable, tout en visant l'excellence. En un mot, vous avez été résilient et vous avez compris que l'avenir, c'est vous. These skills will be precious for the rest of your career. They have enriched your personality and inspired me as your dean. Please know that all our alumni have a special place in my heart, but yours is perhaps even more special. Je vais partager votre histoire avec nos futurs étudiants, car en ce jour, vous êtes désormais des modèles pour eux. Your future will be filled with opportunities and ventures. But when in the future you face adversity, remember that the resilience you showed during this pandemic will always be a source of strength for you, enabling you to overcome any situation. Près d'un siècle nous sépare de la Grande Dépression des années 30. Celles et ceux qui ont vécu cette période sombre de notre histoire ont appris l'importance de l'appui et de l'entraide. La pandémie nous a montré de nouveau que nous avons besoin des autres et de leur confiance pour réussir. Votre réussite, c'est aussi celle de vos familles et de vos proches. Je veux rendre hommage à vos familles pour le soutien qu'elles vous ont offert tout au long de vos études. Veuillez croire que nul autre que moi ne ressent aussi bien la fierté qui est la vôtre aujourd'hui. Chers diplômés, dear graduates, it is time. It is with great emotion and pride that I invite you, graduates of the class of 2021 from the Faculty of Social Sciences, wherever you are, to please rise and be recognized by your loved ones. Au nom des équipes académiques et administratives de la Faculté des sciences sociales, je vous souhaite l'avenir de vos rêves. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you, Dean Barham, for your wise remarks to the Assembly. Now, it is time for us to get to the heart of tonight's ceremony, as we proceed to the general conferments of the degrees. Nous procéderons maintenant à la collation générale des grades. Monsieur le chancelier, j'ai maintenant l'honneur et le privilège de vous présenter les finissantes et finissants et de vous prier de leur conférer collectivement les grades obtenus par chacun individuellement et sanctionnés par le Sénat de l'Université d'Ottawa. Chancellor, it is now my duty and privilege to present to you the graduates and to request you to confer upon them the degrees for which individually they have qualified and to which the Senate of the University of Ottawa has given its assent.
Voici le moment tant attendu. Nous procéderons maintenant à la collation générale des grades. And now the moment you have all been waiting for. We will now proceed to the general conferment of the degrees. Members of the graduating class, please rise. Candidates et candidats, veuillez vous lever, s'il vous plaît. À titre de chancelier de l'Université d'Ottawa, université dont le campus principal est construit sur le territoire ancestral du peuple algonquin, en vertu des pouvoirs qui me sont dévolus, je vous confère les grades que vous avez obtenus en satisfaisant aux exigences du Sénat avec le titre et tous les honneurs, droits et privilèges afférents. As Chancellor of the University of Ottawa, university whose main campus is built upon the ancestral lands of the Algonquin people, by authority of the powers vested in me, I do hereby confer upon you the degrees to which you have demonstrated your entitlement to the satisfaction of the Senate with such title, honor, rights, and privileges that are proper to them. Congratulations. Félicitations.
Congratulations. You did it. We are now officially graduates and alumni of the University of Ottawa. Félicitations. Après plusieurs années de dur labeur et de longues études, voici enfin venu le moment de recevoir notre diplôme. Soyez fiers de vos réalisations. La doyenne Barham procédera maintenant à la lecture des noms des finissantes et finissants. Nous félicitons tous ceux et celles qui ont complété leur parcours académique. Conformément au processus et au protocole entourant cette cérémonie virtuelle et par respect pour la vie privée de nos étudiantes et étudiants, seuls les noms de celles et ceux qui sont inscrits à la cérémonie et qui ont donné leur consentement seront présentés. Les noms seront présentés par ordre alphabétique et par section, dans l'ordre suivant. D'abord, les diplômes de doctorat, suivis des certificats d'études supérieures, des diplômes d'études supérieures et de maîtrise, et ensuite des baccalauréats. Dean Barham will now read the names of the graduates. We want to congratulate all of our graduating students. In accordance with the protocol pertaining to the ceremony and to respect the privacy of our students, only names of those who have registered to participate in this virtual ceremony and provided their consent will be presented. Names will be called alphabetically by section, presented in the following order: doctoral degrees, graduate certificates, diplomas and master's degrees, and then the undergraduate degrees. Madame la doyenne, à vous.
Toyimi Medes Frida Ajalala. Rafael Armando Aguirre Ponce. Maria Alexivskaya. Nareg Berberian. Julie Daigle. Sarah de la Salle. Michel Diot. Fabien Forge. Elena Galito. Annie Girard. Joanne Haddad. Jordan Jones. Midori Tijan Kaga. Claudia Virginia Kuzma Zabaleta. Alfredo David Lascou Ruiz. Marie-Christelle Mabeu Yagamen. Julia Marinos. Maria Murani. Riley Alisa Joanne Oram. Muna Osman. Danielle Petraconi Westwood. Hosai Kazmi. Marianne Roback. Shannon Rochelle Russell Miller. Dana Sheshko. Lauren Touchant. Veronica Unku. Jane Wynot. Odilia Yim. Laura Zeibel. Voici ce qui complète la remise des doctorats. This completes the awarding of the postgraduate doctoral degrees. Félicitations à toutes et à tous. Congratulations to each of you. Nous présenterons maintenant les finissants et finissantes qui se sont mérités un certificat d'études supérieures, un diplôme d'études supérieures ou un diplôme de maîtrise. We will now proceed to call the names of the candidates entitled to receive a graduate certificate, a graduate diploma, or a master's degree. Sean Francis Adams. Michelle Adesa. Opiolua Morenike Aina. Isibahakome Cynthia Nose. Abiba Olalua Abiordun Aknoba. Adesola Oenyolola Anyegbu Lamuye. Musana Arefin. Nicholas Armstrong. Alberte de Manuela Ateba Owona. Rugi Ba. Ruth Tijesunimi Bamigboye. Subrata Banerjee. Jacqueline Bannerman. Samantha Beasley. George Jacob Bertie. Suraya Jabin Buyan. Paola Biramvu. Elizabeth Blencarn. Marianne Blondin. Laure Anna Baumel. Jennifer Bonti Ancoma. Emmanuel Bossé. Justine Bouliane Gobet. Alexandra Brunet. Omar Bou Kazam. Dimitri Beek. David Campion Smith. Manal Shabi. Ashley Deng-Yu Chen, Tianjian Chen, Li Cheng, Magali Civil, Allison Lee Clayton, Boxuan Tri, Bangji Deng, Rebecca Dick, David Dokutu, Geneviève Donin, Émilie Dubuc, Hanodin Ibrahim Babroudi, Ruth Stacy Emmanuel, Jennifer Jocelyn Emmanuel, Mary Joannes Ifunanya Chukwu Iziokana, Brianna Nicole Isaac, Getty Faze, Zainab Falahi, Juliana Fialo, Mackenzie Quinn Finkbeiner, Shannon Fournier, Pranil Kumar Singh Gayan, Alice Louise Godson, Awo Suzilor J. Gona, Natalia Gonzalez, Anne Marie Goodall, David Graff, Ramanveer Singh Graywal, Lee Gustafson, Kaylee Janae Hamilton, Ashley Harrison, Jordan Elizabeth Haas, Nasra Hassan, Lang He, Beverly Margaret Hinterholer, Ismail Hossein, Junru Hu, Peng Hu, Ange Avang Idiapa, Bruno Iriarte Noriega, Annick Islam, Fabrice Lionel Jean-Baptiste, Amel Kazanaji, Dean Donkyu Kim, Jia Kim, Kinyan Kong, Adi Ella Maria Lorraine Kouame, Anne Catherine Lasegue, Christina Lawand, Jacob Legault Leclerc, Andrés Leon, Maria Madrane, Mehdi Mahoubi, Shannon Geet Maïli McAleer, Yannick Mass, Matthew Thomas McCambly, Bridget McLaughlin, Chelsonia Michel, Jean Nefetali Michel, Isha Mistry, Sutapa Laura Mitra, Florence Morin-Gilbert, Pierre Vincent Morvan, Abiemar Motema, Ryan Malcock, Vinayini Murti, Jessica Mick, Amir Hassan Nekoufar, Eric Walter Nickel, Caroline Armel Oloa Ndi, Chinyeri Joy Opia, Valner Ozna, Jonathan Otu, Sarah C. Palmieri Branco, Amy Victoria Parker, Noémie Pelletier-Viel, Henri Villandry, Brittany Denise Poisson, Kate Carlin Puskas, Alexander Raransky, Félix Rioux, Antonella Rotani, Joshua Sahota, Blessing Victor Sam, Astan Sangare, Gabriela Santini, Régine Said, Stitherson Sena, Ayushi Shah, Shishi Shi, Olivia Jacqueline Margaret Sliwa, Anne Saint-Pierre, Yasmine Sultan, Han Sun, Lauren Ann Sweet, Kevin Liam Tales, Ryan Robert Tuga Cook, Ugochi Happiness Udonsi, Anne-Claude Veilleux, Chenhao Wang, Keiwan Wang, Kyushi Wang, Alicia Megan Wilkinson, Corinne Viss, Yu Xiong, Yunfei Yang, Sayeda Sarah Shah Zaidi, Yuhui Zhou, Yuyang Ji. Voici ce qui complète la remise des certificats d'études supérieures, des diplômes d'études supérieures et de maîtrise. This completes the awarding of the graduate certificates, graduate diplomas, and master's degrees. Félicitations, congratulations. Nous présenterons maintenant les finissantes et finissants qui se sont mérités le grade de baccalauréat ou un grade professionnel. We will now proceed to call the names of the candidates entitled to receive a bachelor's degree or a professional certificate. Noor Ayman Abbas, Fatima Abdallah, Amina Abderrahmane, Taniyimi Abdou Mohamed, Viviane Abou Faisal, Zinab Abu Tariq, Senit G. Abraha, Zaina Abu Saima, Shaylee Adams, Ulfath Adebo, Rachel Agilian, Maje Lorraine Maeva Adovoke Hepe, Teddy Yasser Afriko, Sama Ahmadi, Zoa Hassan, Serena Kwamboko Aira, Roslyn Wetaris, Sonia Ajar, Amouye David Yohan Akani, Sarah Akbari, Oznur Akbas, Daria Akova, Anita Nana Asabea Akonor, Jonathan Al-Araj, Oluwatunmashia Opeliyolowua Aladesawe, Alexandra Aleshe, Celeste Catherine Ruth Alex, Buho Ali Osman, Mark Al-Jazar, Jessica Elizabeth Altman, Nima Aminian Hedari, Bana Amba, Kezia Rose Angie Dobosh, Kome Ornella Eunice Lorraine Ano, Susan O, Andrew Aoun, Florence Aquilina, Kenji Arai Smith, Samantha Lee Armstrong, Sébastien Gary Arsenault, Donia Ashnai, Alicia Caroline Manuela Ashton, James Ashwell, Gabrielle Assaf, Apo Cécile Marie Camille Assemanco, Gabrielle Aslan, Marthe Adélie Atse, Jemima Grace Aude Atia, Sarah Jennifer Erika Attignon, Brianna Julie Carole Aubertin, Stevenson Augustin, Siu Kwan Aouyeng, Sharon Zelalem Ayele, Unique Ayena, Martial Ayowa, Christelle Adzi, Madalena Diana Bachu, Angelo Bader, Farten Youssef Bader, Dominique Badin, Fatoumata Bagayoko, Malcolm Bailey, Laura Bayarjan Ramirez, Evelyn Caroline Baker, Jillian Baker, Natalie Diana Balen, Rahul Balasundaram, Fatimato Usman Bald, Jocelyn Laura Ballantyne, Philippe Bangs, Amina Bangura, Julia Carmel Bonville, Brenda Barassa, Vanessa Barkhouse, Yannick Barrington, Queenie Barthélemy, Bridget Catherine Barton, Brianna Barton Challenger, Mariama Baroud, Aman Basalama, Sarai Bastien, Sabrina Beauchesne, Ty Beezer, Isabelle Stéphanie Bédard, Elijah Badassi, Nikki Bebahani, Julia Catherine Bélanger, Kangina Huguette Bella, Chloé Bellec, Claudia Bellumeur, Vanessa Benocci, Yasmine Angélique Bergeron, Paulina Berlaïve, Gabrielle Bernier, Chanel Samantha Bernier, Madeleine Berry, Fatima Bedoun, Jesprit Singh Poulard, Lily Ray Biassi, Cassandra Bigra, Alexia Binet, Megan Joy Bird, Tanner Bishop, Valérie Bisson, Frédéric Blanchet, Luke Bowl, Andrew Bochter, Bilquis Olayinka Bolarinwa, Christian Daves Bonhomme, Kian Saman Bordbar, Emily Elizabeth Bourdin, Zainashe Kayla Borland, Hadil Borgal, Maruna Andrea Bota, Chloé Marie-Kim Bouchard, Philippe Boudreau, Katia Boulris, Annabelle Bourgeois, Jessica Boyce, Grant Boyd, Kevin Boyer, Alexa Brabant, Sébastien Bracker Ramirez, André Anthony Alexander Bramble, Julia Dominique Breton, Bowden DeVoe Brock, Rollo Brody, Véronique Louise Brouillard, Cathy Broussard, Jeremy Brown, Madeline Brown, Laura Renee Brown, Jamie Heather Bruce, Sophie Renee Ruckle, Jade Brunet, Ty Brunet, Camille Brunet, Tatum Lee Susan Brunton, Keelan Andrew Bach, Yosef Fozi Bukhari, Salima Bukuru, Aidan Mitchell Burbage, Erin Kimberly Burchett, Catherine Berger, Cassandra Burke, Liam Yusuf Burke, Zoe Christina Burr, Alex Butoyi, Noel Buzohera, Hope Catherine Bai, Cameron Allen Kani, Natalie Cahill, Boubacar Siddiqui Kamara, Kevin Cameron, Sarah Cameron, Eleonore Christiane Quentin, Isabella Marie Caparelli, Vanessa Capeless, Julia Nora Elizabeth Card, Andrew Thomas Carey, Olivia Carlson, Kyra Carmichael. Kyra Carmichael receives the university's Silver Medal for the second highest standing in the Honors Bachelor programs in the Faculty of Social Sciences. Vanessa Angela Carpino, Diana Caranco, Maxime Bernard Daniel Maurice Carrère, Alexis Carrière, Chloé Nicole Martine Sophie Carrière, Karine Carrière, Adam William Castle, Camille Octavia Castle, Kiera Lily Caulfield, Alexandra Cavalieri, Sarah Kelly Daou, Tanya Shah, Zoe Shabas, Simran Shahal, Catherine Valerie Shahali, Hussein Shahour, Amir Mohammed Shalal, Mustafa Adam Shalal, Maria Shamoun, Saskia Champagne, Thomas Chan, Li Yuan Chang, Zaria Shana, Malak Shaouni, Abigail Josephine Chapman, Laurent Charbonneau, Jenna Charlebois, Elie Chavry, Jaina Chiatani, Naomi Shebeya Mugoli, Jinshu Chen, Lin Che, Brian Cheng, Amira Sherbib, Lucas Cherkuski, Anastasia Chergoyeva, Miriam Shin, Yael Regine Esengo Chirhawirwa, Bartosz Piotr Chmura, April Unyong Cho, Maud Chouinard, Stacy Chung, Haley Coles, Kylan Crenshaw Coleman, Gabrielle Alexandra Colette, Jordan Cole Perez, Samantha Victoria Conley, Alicia Cook, Jade Cote, Magnus Cotton, Melanie Couture, Hunter James Cowing, Adam William Cox, Parker James Crawford, Rachel Leslie Croft, Sarah Crookall, Wenyu Kui, Haley Jessica Culkin, Riley Brianne Callanan, Brenda Zhang Cullum, Danica Curry, Liam Cutler, Dominic Dabrowski, Nadia Dadolahi Sarab, Nicholas Liban Dahir, Xuan Chi Dai, Haley Denyo, Sarah D'Alessio, Jade D'Amato Cloutier. Rukaya Danin, Alexandra Darby Winges, Camille Darcini, Eric Davison, Sydney Jennifer Dawson, Ruth Eunice Decadi Guijaro, Sophia Mary Rose DeCarle, Laurent de Cazeneuve, Carl Delgat, Austin DeYounga, Dalia Delaimi, Cindy Delorme, Alissa Jeremy Deluna, Camille Eugénie Demers, Sophie Demers, Yasmine Fatima Dendan, Joyce Deng, Anya Denis, Émilie Denis, Julia Deroux, Marianne Derry, Laurence Derry, Danica Desarnais, Shihara Menoli de Silva, Justin Desrosiers, Florence Desruisseaux, Yocheberde Desruisseaux, Fatimato Diallo, Abdul Rahman Diallo, Ramatoulaye Diallo, Mamadou Lamarana Diallo, Taylor Michelle Diamond, Joanne Diemert, Laurie Dieu-le-sait, Elif Dilber, Claudia Di Salvo, Shadra Dixit, Sami Judad, Nemanja Jurek, Kevin Domingue, Andrew Dormer, Véronique Doucette, Jordan Mackenzie Down, Renée Anne Drouin, Stéphanie Drouin, Sarah Drummond, Julia Marie De Silva, Nicolas Dubois, Camille Ducellier, Alexia Ducharme, Sarah Duguay, Xavier Duhamel, Caroline Duhem, Jane Dukes, Ellen Arlene Duke Watson, Alexia Dumouchel, Sinead Dunn, Audrey Duprat, Melissa Rutiana Durimel, Bénédicte Dussault, Joshua Dyer, Kaylee Alina Dyer, Abigail May Edie, Nada Ebaid, Delilah Jesus Edouard Williams, Yomna Mahmoud Eid, Heba Eid, Malak Samir El Arpid, Melissa El Bouchi, Amana El Sheikh Ali, Samantha El Ghazal, Maha El Hir, Abrar El Mi, Judy Majed El Motadi, Rim El Reis, Dana El Reis, Céline Julie Erdinch, Malesha Esner, Marie Guerda Estile Saint-Jean, Kinsley Mathieu Éveillard, Blaise Evelyn, William Ewan, Carlos Esponda Gutierrez, Hussein Ali Farhat, Hira Farid, Dorothée Fazili, Indepapongo Faye Nadesh, Alicia Elizabeth Fernandez, Eva Inez Fernandez, Ilcia Ferreri, Marie-Anne Filiatro, Ivana Filion, Madison Jane Fillmore, Talia Fisher, Sarah Emily Fleet, Rebecca Fleurimont-Rancy, Leah Fluelling, Rachel Erin Flynn, Nathan Forestel, Saba Furuji, Ronnie Igor Futsing, Mackenzie Lee Fournier, Cassandra Fournier, Claudia Anne Franzo, Alana Froux, Paris Gagnon, Léa Gakima, Paola Michelle Garcia Mairina, Julieta Garcia Vargas, Olivia Daphne Gardam. Olivia Daphne Gardam receives the University Gold Medal for the highest standing in the honors bachelor programs in the Faculty of Social Sciences. Deborah Gato Chamy, Danica Gauthier, Émilie Gauthier, Jacinta Gideon, Marina Gabriel, Sarah Gibson, Chloe Beatrice Gilbert, Anne Clara Gingras, Ariel Rita Girard, Sarah Girineza, Nicolas Giroux, Naki Deborah Nyabo, Samantha Margaret Gobin, Marta Claudia Gomez Machado, Hazel Gonzalez Portales, Marissa Goodyear, Anastasia Gorodicha, Jérôme Goyer-Morley, Gabrielle Anna Marie Gracie, Milana Grahovac, Tegan Gran Ruaz, Chloé Gravel, Audrey Gray, Duncan Gray, Luke Gretzky, Catherine Rose Grandin, Thelma Rosalie Marie Grundisch, Joël Gay, Daria Guilletina, Catherine Scarlett Guerra Guevara, Jennifer Gilmet, Haulé Guo, Arnaf Rohan Habib, Rachel Regina Haddad, Riel Haig, Bibi Salima Hakim, Ross Alexander Halfyard, Tala Hamdan, Audrey Hamilton, Devon James Hamilton, Rachel Alice Hammond, Simra Haroun, Jean-François Arpert, Lusa Giamfua Harris, Shenray Destiny Harris Reed, Mana Hazanzadeh Khosrowshahi, Salina Hashim Goulet, Marin Beth Hawley, Gengshao He, Ziyi He, Dariel Helmezi, Celeste Layla Sunny Henderson, Stephen Hickson, Sarah Hilfey, Haley Hills, Yasin Medani, Karen Karlam Ho, Mareva Deo Francisca Hodonu, Madison Margaret Maria Hogg, Gabrielle Holweck, Hyung Hong, Tristan Winter Hopkins, Onel Hunga, Fatima Izarre Husat, Andrea Huerto Galicia, Jennifer Hunt, Sarah Huatari, Mara Hussein, Julia Claudette Yanache, Muhammad Yahya Ibrahim Mohamed Jaffer, Mélanie Imbeau, Ange Nicole Inakarava, Naomi Inarakundo, Ezekiel José Indriago Perez, Boaz Niogakiza Nyege, Laurence Hyperciel, Stacy Bertie Iradukunda, Kelly Irakos, Selena Isaacs, Elinka Miruna Isopescu, Grace Itunu Matthews, Grace Batamuliza Ngozi Chukwa Jacob, Nina Yerig, Danielle James, Hannah Esther Bauman Jansen, Sabine Jean-Gilles, Gis Martine Jean-Louis, Christiana Jeha, Marie-Lélie Giazpizian, Emily Jin, Yifan Jin, Yiran Jing, Eric Gordon Johnson, Shanna Johnson, Alexandra Kathleen Daria Johnson, Sarah Isabel Catriona Johnson, Patiana Jolicoeur, Oguchukwu Paul Jonathan, Hind Jouali, Yana Jovic, Rebecca Judd, Joe Patrick Kaadi, Claudine Afou Marie-Emmanuelle Kablan, Dolly Sangyani Kakisingi, Hadja Penda Kamara, Cassandra Eliza Kamegeli, Yahya Kamel, Sally Eposi Kange, Deborah Kankonde, Shainuka Kanatas, Hafsa Kawache, Mikael Karimji, Ornella Merebe Karita, Hussein Kassam, Benjamin Castellanets, Yaivika Kataria, Christina Mary Kelly, Sierra Miranda Kent, Latavia Kerr, Megan Kerr, Sylvie Yolande Cuemeau, Isabella Simone Khalil, Fadi Khalil, Afnan Khan, Zainan Mahmoud Kandakar, Emily King, Gillian King, Darla Kinnear, Bryn Isla Rose Kioki, Jackson Cole Kirkland, Andrelle Knights Brown, William Kodjo, Pulchéry Etienne Conan, Fatoumata Konate, Diana Congolo, Lexi Savannah Crocker, Seyram Kudolo, Monique Labelle, Nessa Kinja Laborde, Liane Labrec, Victoria Lachance, Mélia Lacombe, Caroline Lacoste-Terrien, Julien Lafleur, Jonathan Lafrance, Marie-Lou Lafrenière, Nicolas Lafrenière, Lirka Jordalie Laganson, Jessica Wyman Lee, Christy Lang, Mélisse Lajoie Riel, Martine Lalonde, Karianne Lalonde, Julian Nicole Lamarche, Philippe René Landriot, Alex Landry, Jessica Anne Landry, Miranda Landry, Anouk Langlois, Cédric Laniel, Philippe Laroche, Sean Lascelle, Clara Laszlo, Meishe Lau, Gardy Jaim Lavertu, Gracie May Shirley Laviolette, Dahlia Lavoie, Jade Lavoie, Danica Lavoie, Clara Le, Georgia Hélène Leblanc, Élise Leduc, Connie Hyung-Jung Lee, Bruce Lee Min Chin, Sadora Le Gagneur, René-Claude Legault, Matthew Léger, Léa Gabrielle Léger, Andrea Megan Lane, Rachel Lystra, Rosalie Baifan Lemay, Sabrina Lemieux, Justin Paul Leroux, Sophie Lessard, Jessica Leungtuk, Julia Eileen Tobin Levesque, Ian Lewis, Gu Li, Xiaomu Li, Alexandra Liepman, Dana Kirsten Wally Lin, Yanira Lobaton Mendoza, Max William Domenico Logren, Sophie Gilberte Longtemps, Mathieu Longtemps, Javiera Lorca, Elena Lorenko, Nicolas Lum, Emily Lum, Sarah Lumsden, Yishin Luo, Sylvan Lutz, Stephanie Luxama, Erin Elizabeth Lin, Yu Ying Ma, Rania Mahmir, Jade Elizabeth McDonald, Matthew Bruce McIsaac, Chelsea Mack, Nisa McKenzie, Sarah Birchall McKinnon, Jaden McLean, Alexander McNeil Boytel, Erica Maeda, Adriana Cristina Maggiore, Breanne Maillet, Janelle Elizabeth Maillet, Heather Eileen Major, Sarah McCowan, Alix Malisani, Chelsea Mallory, Madeline Antoinette Manaran, Jacob Maniatakos Woodworth, Rita Mann, Camille Marchand, Amélie Isabelle Marcille, Sarah Mariam, Jillian Marie Marks, Megan Marois, Isabel Martel West, Abigail Mary Ann Martin, Sydney Alice Martin, Leela Martin, Leela Martin receives the university's Silver Medal for the second highest standing in a bachelor's program in the Faculty of Social Science. Vicky Martin, Tatiana Martinez Lissau, Glenda Lizette Martinez Salinas, Anne-Lise Massy-Plante, Isabelle Dudley Matt, Dana Matthews, Machelle Maxwell. Machelle Maxwell receives the University Gold Medal for the highest standing in a bachelor's program in the Faculty of Social Sciences. Claudia Matza, Hadassah Mbelo, Doriane Mbouyi Ngumbwa, Adriana Estelle Duplessis McAllister, Chelsea McAlpine, Katie McCarroll, Aaron James McCormick, Brigitte McCormick, Dominique McGruer, Shannon Kathleen McLaren, Emma Jovic, Samuel Ménard, Laurie Jade Mendes Biero, Gabrielle Ménez, Inara Menari, Camille Gabrielle Mercier, Jade Leona Merkley, Emma-Beth Mesfin, Samuel Michaud, Katrina Michaud, Carla Michael, Lael Adis Mikwete, Rylan Alana Miller, Lauren Madison Miron, Cheryl Mitchell, Sarah Moazami, Naomi Moindro Ziliox, Erica Diane Moore, Noy Morada, Joanie Moron, Zaria Morgan, Camille Morin, Heidi Linda Morin, Maya Morris, Nafisa Mustafa, Ryan Moukkeber, Adonayel Moussabote, Idman Moussa Ali, Holly Moina, Sandrine Mugeni, Arzu Multani, Esnat Mumba, Elohika Munga, Carolina Munoz Yassa, Ange Paola Mukasekuru Murikanwa, Marc-André William Murray, Sintich Musadi Ntambwe, Ryan Musgrove, Cassandra Musica, Charbel Tanayos Saïd Naman. Charbel Frédéric Nadeau, Joanna Nagel, Alina Najim, Michaela Narin, Gaël Nasser, Shafta Shahari Navanithan, Juma Nayed, Janebe Ndaye, Janine Alexis Njou, Cheryl Eng, Ryan Guy, Marie-Laure Ngarambe Mupfasone, Anthony Tugnu, Isabelle Gwendo, Ahmad Tijani Nyang, Myriam Christina Nicolas, Albino Nicolas, Daniel Nicola, Aïssata Nimaga, Marcel Le Prince Ndjidjkok, Tatiana Benguesha Nkuba, Kayla Norman, Hannah Mary Nowakowski, Blanchard Nsonge Mboto, Izeri Miline Nzabonimpa, Sarah Sophie Nzanga, Emily Kathleen O'Connor, Laura Rose O'Connor, Kusu Marie-Paul Dominique Hodge, Emily O'Donnell Warner, Claire Emily Ogaranko, Somunachi Oki Agukuo, Amelia Okoti Ebo, Shalom Ulawayomi, Yasmin Omran, Alexandra Ondo, Nemi Christiana Onomo, Ariel Gail Osterholt, David Nayarko, Alexandra Orsi, Heidi Osei Tutu, Boluwaren Oluwapelumi Osisanya, Cassandra Otuga Suna, Lukman Al-Hakim Intima Ouattara, Daniel Ostvan, Taylor Owens, Haley Padgett, Haley Safir Palmer Arika, Nupinder Panesser, Philippe Paquette, Sonia Paquette, Pierre-Anne Paradis, Marika Parent, Yannick Roger Parisien, Oumé Kulsum Patel, Ariane Patenaude, Samantha Brianne Petullo, Alexandra Paul, Jean Pavey, Nachaya Pitathawachai, Lucie Marie Rose Peleja, Sarah Panas, Alexiane Tina Phillips, Steffi Follow, Sabrina Von Filac, Laurie Pichet, Alexander William Pickett, Brianna Marie Pigeon, Elizabeth Teresa Pierman, Vanessa Pierre, Jean-Emmanuel Pierre-Charles, Maxine Claire Pion, Anaspiragas Piragasanathar, Nicolas Place, Clémence Plasnet, Danica Plourde, Amanda Alexis Plumley, Haley Podlatus, Gabrielle Poirier, Marilou Poitras, Nathan Pontaroli, Jason William Porter, Samantha Poulin, Emily Prack, Aisha Prescott, Catherine Prévost-Ivanescu, Samantha Prosper, Alexandra Provost, Kundera Provost Yombo, Mengyu Chi, Jialo Chu, Maria Sofia Quattrocci, Nathaniel Kenville, Mark Daniel Kirante, Nicole Rabaya, Kubiya Rajan Sinthiran, Melanie Rajkumar, Onintsoa Rakotomalala Woel Lala, Desiree Ramirez, Lana Ramloshan, Aya Rauf, Thanusha Ratnasapapathy, Leah Raymond Descar, Aylul Demet Rekber, Madeleine Redmond, Émilie Rémillard, Ogenetekeme Reri, Samantha Lee Reynolds, Yasmin Reza Fafar, Katya Richer, Emma Elizabeth Richardson, Jenna Ridley, Maite Riel, Lauriane Roberge, Corinne Robert, Michelle Roberts, Victoria Sue Robertson, Simon Robichaud Durand, Rafael Eduardo Rodes, Kenza Rugi, Melissa Jennifer Roy, Shelby Ruddock, Christ Mathieu Rougorinyange, Isabelle Rose Ranza, Moussa Saad, Gabriela Sika, Aisha Sada, Halina Sagbini, Jadai Meredith Bertin-Fleur, Niku Salamat, Tabina Salim, Joël Saloum, Nigel Samaru, Lucas Sampson, Kenny Samion, Eliza Sandino Gold. Eliza Sandino Gold receives the university's Silver Medal for the second highest standing in the honors bachelor programs in the Faculty of Social Sciences. Catherine Lynn Sargenson, Virginie Sauvagnan, Kiana Sauvé, Karine Sawyer, Petra Spatey, Morgan Ashley Schoenith, Enya Marie Schroeder, Harshita Seal, Jacob Séguin, Victoria Séguin, Opeyemi Anjola Seconi, Sébastien Sevillano Velez, Miriam Shafto, Adrielle Shabazi Matin, Grant Shaver, Olivia McCann Shahata, Madeline Sarah Little Sherman, Yevgenia Shesheneva, Mahipal Sidhu, Reda Silarbi, Vicky Simar, Raphaël Simar, Marie-Aimée Simbi, Nicole Susanna Simmons, Maxime Simoneau, Yasleen Singh, Shivani Sivabalan, Christina Ariana Skinner, Benjamin Michael Skura, Ryan Patrick Sloan, Natalie Smith, Jacqueline Daniel Smith, Melissa Amy Catherine Snyder, Zachary Snyder, Ileona Sofroni, Lauren Keeley Somerville, Hai-Young Gloria Song, Thomas George Sorrenti, Emily Constance Sprague, Arani Sriskantharaja, Jamila Charisse Staple Riley, Ev Stachishin, Sophia Stavropoulos, Alexis Lauren Saint-Denis, Cynthia Saint-Denis, Chelsea Stead, Alethea April Irene Steele, Lily Steenaba, Kellen Stödel, Jessica Stevenson, Trevor Stewart, Madeline Stewart, Gabrielle Saint-Louis, Jeff Saint-Louis, Chloé Saint-Louis, Darina Yevgenieva Stoicheva, Dylan Saint-Pierre, Stacy Hema Sukra, Brooke Michaela Blonde Sullivan, Caitlin Lorna Jean Sundstrom, Naomi Surin, Gabrielle Reese Sways, Jordan Sweeney, Marie Sylvester, Zoe Gabriella Marley Seghetti, Andrew Walter Squera, Shadinma Vivian Tabubo, Shatin Tachjian, Fatim Cheryl Lisette Taho, Hamza Tari Jute Idrissi Hassani, Mehdi Tari Juti Hassani, Shuying Tan, Joying Tan, Josiane Tardif, Alison Tardif Plante, Maria Lynn Taylor, Joshua André Catherine Terpstra, Émilie Tessier, Chelsea Sabrina Teta, Ellie Thambwe, Ashley Anne Thériault, Clarisse Termonville, Sophie Terrien, Isabelle Anne Thibault, Gabrielle Thibouteau, Amber Thomas, Xiaoyi Tian, Tiemoko Davila Akisi Geraldine, Jada Toksoy, Noah Tour, Björk Tornqvist, Julie Tremblay, Amélie Tremblay-Lapointe, Philip Trepiak, Ira Grace Borabo Trillis, Brianna Trotman Folks, Sydney Truax, Michaela Grace Trudeau-Meisner, Jacqueline Trudell, Vicky Sanang, Joyce Chiyoyo, Megan Tsumura Dare, Laura Tango Musango, Sophie Turcotte, Hazal Turk, Chloé Turpin, Yasmine Alice Turif, Gloria Uku, Noella Umuhoza, Sylvie Umutoni, Bitaki Uthayakumar, Emma Afi Daniel Uzoma, Caitlin José Bacheres, José Vaillancourt, Iona Claire Baïs, Samantha Benman, Kieran Alex Beret, Anaïs Bessalpour, Kennedy Vessio, Charles Laurent Ville, Bermuda Villebrun, Luca Wojcik, Dieu merci, Anuarite Wakongo, William Wallace, Sidney Walter, Mei Lee Cheryl Wan Min Kay, Caitlin Wardrop, Jordan Warren, Charlene Marie Weber, Danica Weir, Alexander Wells, Samantha White, Abigail White, Luciana White, Miranda Diane White, Claire Witters, Shyla Williams, Sophie Andre Williams, Michaela Rose Winder, Emily Melissa Ann Wing, Shania Chung Ah Wong, Claudia Woodbury, Charles Donovan William Roche Woodcock, Abigail Woods, Lindsay Woolley, Liam Ray, Michael Wright, Shengzhen Wu, Jiawei Wu, Glody Yafu, Isabelle Yumi Yamamoto, Jiaxin Yan, Juan Yan, Shunyu Yao, Ngesen Emmanuel D.E. Yaukokore, Eudoxie Deborah Yapi, Jiaxin Ye, Rosemary Young, Reina Young, Saif Motaz Zaran, Farah Zankar, Sarah Zavodnik, Bowei Zhang, Jingbing Zhang, Ji Zhang, Haoshui Zhao. Voici ce qui complète la remise des diplômes de la Faculté des sciences sociales. This completes the awarding of all degrees, diplomas, and certificates for the Faculty of Social Sciences. Nos diplômes méritent toutes et tous vos applaudissements. Let's give all our graduates a final round of applause from wherever you may be watching today's ceremony. Félicitations, congratulations to all.
Our heartfelt congratulations to you all. Nous avons traversé ensemble cette cérémonie virtuelle et nous sommes très, très fiers. Nous espérons avoir le plaisir de vous accueillir de nouveau sur le campus prochainement afin de célébrer vos réalisations en présentiel. I hope you enjoyed your ceremony from wherever you might be today. It was our great pleasure to be your MCs this evening.
As Chancellor Ruvinsky said in his remarks, work hard to fulfill your dreams. We're counting on you. La cérémonie de la collation des grades étant maintenant terminée, il m'appartient de lever cette séance. The business for which convocation was called having been discharged, it now is my duty to declare the ceremony closed. Thank you. Merci et bonne soirée.